Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm hobby horsing on Chip again, and I thought that I'd do some tips on hobby horsing while I do this. So I think I'm gonna make the title not hobby horsing. I think I'm gonna make it be tips on hobby horsing. But I think we're gonna do tips on hobby horse trail ride. The first thing we're going to talk about is what you see right here, and that is mud. So when you are hobby horsing and you come across mud, it can be hard to avoid it. So you just want to go towards the side where the mud will not really come as much, because as you can see, it all kind of just goes in the middle and it's too dry over here. So if you don't want to get muddy, you want to think about staying over here. Another thing is obstacles. We just had a log there, and there's going to be a lot of stuff up here that are obstacles and that we need to avoid. So avoiding obstacles, A, you can jump over them. B, you can go around them. You can find a different path like we just did with that mud puddle there. But you can try to move the obstacle yourself. If something is stopping you and your hobby horse from getting able to move through, then just figure out how to get around it, how to move away from it, and it'll be all good. Okay, another thing we're going to talk about is ice. Ice, if it is cold for you like it is here, these puddles can freeze. And if there's ice, if there's an obstacle like this puddle, you want to find your way. So we're going to go over this log. There you go. More about ice. It can be really slippery, so obviously try to avoid it. And another thing, big rocks. I would avoid going on huge rocks, because they can be very slippery if it has just rained or if it's icy out. I would definitely at all times avoid rocks like those. The ones that you see on the ground, they're pretty okay, but just stay away from big ones like those. Also, another reason to stay away from them is because horses can't naturally carry themselves over big boulders like that, unless they're like a really trained mountain horse or like a wild horse that has been living in the wild for literally forever. Okay. There are people, so I'm just going to hang on for a second. Another tip, you want to avoid trees that look like they're going to fall. I would stay as far away from them as possible because they could fall literally at any second. I would avoid staying off of rough, rocky surfaces, like I said, because horses can't necessarily carry themselves. So, like here, this is a good example. Definitely avoid staying on here. Okay, now that you know all about things that you should avoid, we're now going to talk about areas that you should definitely ride on. So the best areas that you should go, like finding the path and finding which way is best. So, like I said, rocky areas, move as far away as possible. Hills, you want to lean back. Okay, so an example. So you want to go on where the trail has been walked on before. Do not venture off into the woods. And if you want to go any gait faster than a walk, I would recommend finding an area with not many twigs or roots to fall on or stones. Now we're going to talk about when on the trail you know when to pick up another gait. Here would be a good spot if you wanted to trot, possibly even canter. Make sure your horse is calm and has seen the areas before you go into this, because it's much different than the arena. Come on, Chip. Good boy. So So here would not be a very good spot to go any faster than a walk because, as you can see, it's kind of washed out and there are stones and twigs and roots everywhere. So I would just recommend staying at a walk at this point. If your horse starts to feel uncomfortable, I would honestly recommend bringing them back to the slowest gait possible, which is the walk. Here, you can probably find a canter and go over that jump. Good boy. Here, I would put your horse carefully going down. Just sort of let them take the jump. Good boy. Okay, so I think we've covered basically every part of hobby horsing tips, the best tips. We've covered gaits, what to avoid, best trail to ride. Sorry, not best trail to ride. Knowing which way to ride a trail. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it very helpful. Feel free to go and check out the channel. We have more videos like this, as well as we have got some Star Stable videos, rider horse videos, tons of photography. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.